Welcome back to the Only Pools podcast. I'm your host, TK, and today we're tackling a pool problem that can really get under your skin. Pool rust and stains. Whether it's metal, minerals, or just wear and tear, stains and rust can look like your pool is pretty uninviting. But don't worry, we've got the tips and tricks to help tackle them and keep your pool looking pristine.
That's right, TK. I'm Brian from AquaServ Pools, and let me tell you, rust and stains are not a fun sight when you're trying to enjoy a swim. But the good news is that with the right approach, you can get rid of these blemishes without a ton of hassle. Today we're going to break down the common causes of rust and stains in pools and how to deal with them effectively.
You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. Dive into discussions, no topics too small. From kiddie pools to water parks, we cover it all. We got pool parties and cannonballs too. If it's about water, we talking to you. Interviews with experts and stories to share. From poolside barbecues to water care. We got tips and tricks to keep your pool right. Listen in the morning or at the late night. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Every last homie. Only Pools Podcast. Let's go.
All right, Brian, so let's dive in. First, we need to understand why rust and stains happen in the first place. And honestly, it all starts with metal. And a lot of people don't realize things like ladders, handrails, and even your pool filter are made from metal. And if they're not properly maintained, or if the water chemistry is off, you can start to see rust stains show up on your pool surface.
Exactly. Rust stains typically come from the metal objects in or around your pool, or sometimes even from the water itself. It's high in iron or other metals. Rust shows up as reddish-brown stains on your pool walls, steps, or floor, and can be a pain to clean. If you're noticing these kinds of stains, it's a sign that metal is reacting with your pool water.
And let's not forget, sometimes stains aren't caused by rust at all. They could be from organic materials like leaves and debris that sit in the pool for too long, or inorganic materials like minerals in the water that settle to the pool surfaces. These can show up as different colors: green, brown, yellow, and even black. So it's important to know what you're dealing with before you start to try and clean them up.
That's a great point, TK. The first step in dealing with the stains is identifying what kind of stain it is. You can do this by testing the stain with an absorbic acid tablet, which is just vitamin C. If the stain lightens when you rub it with the tablet, it's most likely caused by metal. But if the stain doesn't budge, it's probably organic or mineral-based.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Let's talk about the metal stain for a minute. If your pool has rust stains from metal, the first thing you want to do is check your water chemistry. High levels of iron or copper in your water can lead to metal staining, so you want to make sure that your pool's pH and alkalinity are in balance.
If the chemistry is off, that's when metals start to react with the pool's surface and leave stains. So check the water and make sure everything's within the ideal range. pH between 7.2 and 7.8, alkalinity around 80 to 120, and calcium hardness between 200 and 400 parts per million. Once you got the chemistry balance, you'll reduce the likelihood of those stains appearing again.
All right, now let's talk about rust removal process. When it comes to metal stains, there are a few methods you can try. One popular method is using a metal sequestrant. These are chemicals that bind to the metals in your water and prevent them from reacting with your pool surface. If your pool is filled with rust, a sequestrant can help lift the stains and keep those metals suspended in the water.
If that doesn't work, you can go the route of using absorbic acid treatment. This involves adding powdered vitamin C or absorbic acid directly to the pool water. You want to dissolve it in a bucket of pool water and then sprinkle it over the stains. Absorbic acid works great at breaking down iron, copper, and other metals, lifting the stains right off the pool surface.
Another option if you're dealing with stubborn stains is using a stain removal gel or acid wash. These products are specifically designed to remove rust and mineral stains from your pool surfaces. You can apply them directly to the stained areas, let them sit for a few minutes, and then scrub away the stains. Just be sure to follow the product instructions carefully, because some of these treatments are pretty strong.
And remember, safety first. Always wear gloves and goggles when handling chemicals. and make sure your pool is properly ventilated if you're using acid-based treatments.
Good point, Brian. Now let's shift gears and talk about those organic stains. Things like leaves, algae, and even sunscreen stains. Those tend to show up more on the pool steps, bottoms, and walls. Organic stains are usually yellow-green, brown, and can be caused by things like decaying plant matter or algae growth.
Organic stains are often easier to deal with than metal stains. You can start by giving the affected areas a good scrub with a pool brush. For tougher stains, you might need to use oxidizing agent or a stain remover, specifically for those organic stains. Products like liquid chlorine or shock treatments can work wonders to lift organic stains, especially if they've been there for a while.
And don't forget about algae. If you're seeing a greenish stain, it could be algae that's set in. You'll need to treat the pool with a good algicide and shock it to kill it off any remaining algae spores. Once that's done, scrub your pool surface and you should be good to go.
For mineral stains like calcium buildup or scale, you can use a pH decreaser or scale remover. This will help dissolve the minerals, making it easier to wipe away the stains. Make sure your pool's filtration system is running during this process so that the debris doesn't just settle back down on the pool floor.
I think we've covered a lot of ground today, Brian. To recap, rust and stains can come from a variety of sources: metal objects, organic debris, or minerals in your water. The key to dealing with them is to understand what type of stain you're dealing with and then using the right treatment.
That's right, TK. Whether it's adjusting your water chemistry, using a metal sequestrant, or scrubbing away organic stains, the right approach can get your pool looking fresh and clean again. And as always, the best defense is good offense. Stay on top of your water balance and cleaning routine, and you'll reduce the chances of stains building up in the first place.
Exactly. And if you're ever in doubt, reach out to a professional. Sometimes rust and stains are tricky to deal with, and a pool service expert can help you get your pool back into shape.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Only Pools Podcast. Thanks for joining us as we took a deep dive into rust and stains. Remember, with the right tools and knowledge, you can keep your pool sparkling clean and free from those pesky stains.
We'll catch you next time with more pool tips and tricks. Stay safe, keep your pool sparkling, and enjoy this swim.
You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. Who's down with OPP? Every last homie. You ever go swimming? Man, it's so much fun. Now we got a podcast joining everyone. Talking about pools, the stories we share. From backyard splashing to Olympic fair. We got chlorine, pH, and filter tips. Keep your pool fresh, avoiding no slips. With hosts so cool and guests so neat. We're dropping pool knowledge that it can't be beat. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. Who's down with OPP? Every last homie. Dive into discussions, no topics too small. From kiddie pools to water parks, we cover it all. We got pool parties and cannonballs too. If it's about water, we talking to you. Interviews with experts and stories to share. From poolside barbecues to water care. We got tips and tricks to keep your pool right. Listen in the morning or at the late night. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. Who's down with OPP? Every last homie. O is for only, the best place to be. P is for pools, come dive in with me. P is for podcast, we talking weekly. Only Pools Podcast, the one and only. Grab your goggles and your floaties too. Tune in to our show, we got stuff for you. Poolside chats to aquatic news. Only Pools Podcast, you can't refuse. We teach you how to clean, how to keep it clear. The best pool stories that you'll ever hear. From summer fun to maintenance prep. Only Pools Podcast, we're your best bet. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. You down with OPP? Only Pools Podcast. Who's down with OPP? Every last homie. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. Who's down with OPP? Every last homie. Only Pools Podcast.